What's up, Mortgage Coach community? I am super pumped to sit down with Carl White. What's up, Carl?
Hey, Dave, how you doing, brother? Good to see you.
I'm doing good, brother. So this is a conversation I've wanted to have with you for about, I don't know, a couple months. Now that I am the Chief Innovation Officer for both Mortgage Coach and Sales Boomerang, I I finally get to live in your world a little bit for most of my career in the mortgage
Dude,
business.
I've been trying to live in your world for the last 10 years, man. So I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know. Well, you're going to know what I'm talking about in a minute. And my world has always been Mr. Conversion. Mortgage Coach is a great conversion platform. And every time I've interviewed you, I've been the conversion guy and you've been the lead guy. Like you've trained
Traffic.
a lot of loan officers to create habits that generates leads, like the lead machine, and to build teams so they can scale successful practices. So, and I do know that you've built just a tremendous culture within your coaching organization around turning your database into your greatest asset.
Yeah.
So is that fair to say?
Dude, database is the most valuable asset of any business. I had a friend of mine that we're going back probably 10 years ago, had a bookstore, and he had a buyer for his bookstore. And we're talking like pretty serious dollars here for most people. And it started very interesting. They found out he did not have a database of his customers other than credit card receipts. They totally cut it off. They said, the value isn't your store or the books. The value is your database. And if you don't have a database, you really don't have a business. And so I would say that the database for any business, and like for loan officers, it can be database of their past borrowers and also the database of their real estate agent. So database is the name of the game. That's where Apple and Amazon makes all their money is 100% database.
Well, you couldn't have said that better. And would you agree that most loan officers, they do not treat their database as their number one asset? Like,
dude, let me tell you something. So not too long ago, I do talking like you do, Dave. I go to sales conferences of other mortgage companies. I went to one, and this is typical. I went to one here just a couple of days ago. An awesome group of people, right? Awesome. And I asked a question that I asked all of them. How many of you have, I don't know, called or communicated with your past database from A to Z in the last 12 months? Mm-hmm. And this was a room of about, I don't know, 100 people, 100 loan officers in there, give or take. One person raised their hand. And I'm not picking on this company because I'm going to say that's typical. So typically, virtually nobody is marketing their past database. And Dave, you and I know that if we interview top producers, like if you say, all right, if we got 100 top producers in that room, it'd be a much larger percentage of it. So I would say that is the secret of top producers, is learning to market their database, both realtors and the borrower, prospective borrowers, for sure.
Yeah, and it's
past database.
Learning how to do it. It's prioritizing it so that you're, like I also think that like loan officers are just always chasing the new relationship. Like I want to get that realtor.
Well,
get that loan.
That's what's fun and sexy.
Hunting, not good farmers. There's like almost like a DNA thing that they like to hunt more than farm. What do you think?
Yeah, I 100%. And the funny thing of it is, farming is so much easier because here, like the hunters, what they do is they go find an orange tree, eat all the oranges, eat all the animals that was under that tree, and then they have to go find another tree. Whereas the farmers learned that, if I just put a fence around those animals, that they produce, and I can eat eggs all day long without ever eating the goose per se. And so it's the farm. Everybody always, wants to put the hunter up on the pedestal. The farmer is the one that actually owns the land, so to speak. And without question, that's where the money is. And so much easier.
So let me ask you a question. So this series that I'm doing is turning your database into dollars. And there's a lot of buzz that technology is transforming the mortgage business. And I think a lot of people think that, when they think of that, they think of point of sale, LOS, automated underwriting. Yeah. They think that automating how we manufacture a loan is disruptive.
Yeah.
And my message is, you know what? it's important. Like we gotta take as much cost and time out of the manufacturing loan as possible. But what's really disruptive is leveraging data. Like, Sales Boomerang, we have every household in America times 5, monitoring all the digital signals that you possibly could, so that you can predict when someone needs a loan, whether that's they need to list their home and move up, whether that's, and I think, the most common one is there's a signal that someone just ran a credit report with someone else and they're letting the loan officer know about it. But I'm talking about every digital signal. Just had a baby, just got married, just hit a certain milestone of tappable equity. And my thesis is that all the data and all the signals, we're calling it a borrower intelligence platform at Mortgage Coach and Sales Boomerang, automated with a presentation, could really disrupt the mortgage experience so that loan officers can be in the residual income business. So first of all, what are your thoughts on that thesis? Do you align with it, or do you have questions or challenges?
So here's the thing. So in our database, so I'm a branch manager. I do a training thing, and I'm also an active branch, in my case, non-producing branch manager. And one thing I found a long time ago is like we average between 1 and about 2.5 loans per month per every 100 people in our database.
So wait, time out. I want everybody to hear that. That's 1, and what he's talking about here is a 1 to 2% monthly.
No. I'm talking about, well, yeah, you're right. But yeah, percent, right. So for every 100 people in our past database, we close between 1 and 2.5 loans per month.
Okay.
Every 100. So if we have,
by the way, in every market, like
every market. See, that's the interesting thing about, a lot of people think that, well, when I market to my past database, no need to market now because I already refinanced them all and the rates are higher. So there's nobody refinance. So I shouldn't call my past database. Past database is like a thermos. You put something cold in a thermos, it stays cold. You put something hot in a thermos, it stays hot. The old joke is, how do it know, right?
Right.
Database is the same thing. That during refi markets, our past database sends us refinance, primarily referrals. When refis are low, it's not that they stop referring to us, they start referring to us purchase deals, because that's what people are doing. They're not refinancing homes today as much. They're buying homes. And so when we market to our past database, again, it's like the thermos. During refi times, we get referred refis. During purchase times, we get referred purchases. Now there's some crossover, of course, from one to the other during the different markets, but primarily by far, these 1 to 2.5 closings per 100 per month right now. I think last month, if I remember right, and this is just off the top of my head, I think it was 79%. I think this was it. It was 79% purchase and 21% refinance. And so that's the referrals we're getting from our past database, between 1 to 2.5 per month. Let's just use the 1 number. Let's say we get 1 per month for every 100 people in our database. Well, if you do the math on it, that means that each person I add into my database is worth somewhere around $360. So every time I put somebody in my database, the way I think about it is every time I put a name into my past database, that person is worth a recurring $360 a year. And so if I put 3 people in my database, I just made an extra $1,000 for next year. And so for me, I'm in a race to build, I'm in a race to build my database, because every time I put 1 person into my database, every year I'm going to make $360 from that person every year.
So this is so
minimum.
Listening to this, and I want you all to go through and audit what is your pull through right now. So if you've got 1,000 people in your customer database, that means you should have closed at least 10 loans
minimum. And I'd say more accurately, like I would expect more of around 10 minimum, but I would expect more around about 15 or so. Like if I've got a past database of 1,000 people and I'm doing any other activity other than marketing to them, that other activity is a distraction.
Agreed. So Now, Carl, you and your team, you guys use Sales Boomerang. You have
We do.
a Sales Boomerang powered CRM, right?
We do in my mortgage branch and the company, which I don't own the company, right? I'm a hired gun, just like any other branch manager.
No,
But yeah, the company subscribes to Sales Boomerang. Yes.
Yeah, and Owen's done a fantastic job. I mean, he's
Great guy. Great guy.
He's got Mortgage Coach.
Yeah.
And you're going to see something that I have not showed a lot of people. But I'm going to go through a couple slides and I want to get your thoughts on it, because that's what we're dedicated to. You know, like something that you get that most people in the mortgage industry don't get is the lifetime value of a customer. And
yeah.
And by the way, each one of those stars is a real estate transaction. Because this is the other thing I think a lot of loan officers miss, is that as a loan officer, you should always be, you know, farming your database, looking for loans, but you should also be farming your database, looking for referrals for realtors.
Yeah.
And I think like right now, one of the best like opportunities is a cash out insight from our platform. And then I think the other thing people miss is that, you know what, all of those people are referral partners. You know, like if you really do what you do and what you teach people to do and use our platform, you know, it's like you're not only getting a lot of loans over the lifetime, you get a lot of referrals. So Carl, this is what I want to show you and I want to get your thoughts on. So I think just about every realtor's database looks like this. Like they don't, like even if a realtor wanted to get a cash out alert or a credit inquiry alert, they can't. They're not lenders. You know, you know, you have to be a lender, a licensed lender, sign contracts to get this. You know, just basic alerts. Hey, someone ran an inquiry. Hey, someone's credit improved. Like only lenders can get that. Now you have a borrower intelligence platform, Carl, because you have Mortgage Coach and Sales Boomerang.
Yep.
So, and they're integrated. So like every time a signal goes off, it creates a TCA. I don't know if you have that integration turned on.
Yeah, we do.
Yep. So this is what we're doing. Tell me your thoughts on this. And one of the things that we're super passionate about now is going to all the different databases within your company, not just the CRM, but like literally all the different data sources and unifying them, and then enriching them with credit data, liability data, life events data, make some decisions, you know, and then this is where we're really going to get smart quick, where we can start like making a total cost analysis based around the data that we have. And then of course, always measuring it. You know, we're like, one of the things that you just got from Carl was a measurement and making sure that they get a total cost analysis. So this is where I want to kind of drill down for a minute, Carl. What are your thoughts on this strategy that if loan officers took this borrower intelligence platform and not only chase loans, but they aggressively looked for referrals for realtors? Like, hey, we got a signal here that someone has X equity, they have X FICO score. Like, shouldn't we not only be trying to go get the debt consol loan or the home improvement loan, but we should also be trying to bring that into a realtor for a CMA? What are your thoughts on that?
Man, you're on something here, Dave. Because let me tell you something. The we all get that rebuttal from real estate agents. Well, Carl, I'll refer to you if you refer some to me, you know, from the real estate agents. And I think the mistake that a lot of loan officers made in the past is thinking, well, that means, and not that there's anything wrong with any of these strategies, right? But it means that, well, I now got to go run Facebook ads, let's just say, trying to get the consumer direct and be able to refer that back, which tend to be a lower producing lead or referral to give back. And it ends up kind of clogging up the realtor. It's not helping the realtor, it's actually hurting the realtor many times. Whereas if we just refer back to the real estate agent the leads that they gave us that then we closed on, when those people have friends, family, or coworkers that are looking or themselves looking to buy something, and just simply referring that person back to them going forward, that's where the secret sauce is. Because again, like on the past database, when I say we're closing between 1 and 2.5 loans per month per 100 people in our database, understand that these aren't just the people, quote, in our past database, it's the people the past database refers to us. So it's their friends, family, and coworkers that frankly is the majority of the loans we close with our quote past database isn't always or necessarily, or even most of the time, their personal loan going forward. Oftentimes it is, of course, but it's their referral. So what's one thing that I think is real important with using Sales Boomerang and the power it gives is that even if I call them at that life event that we get notified on Sales Boomerang, what we do is maybe that big event is prompting them to buy something or refinance. And frankly, maybe it's not. But now I'm on the phone with somebody, and we have this thing we call Carl's 3x3. It's like if you were that borrower, if you were that prospect, Dave, and I call you about this live event, and in that call I go, okay, there's not an opportunity for Dave that he's going to be buying, that in this live event it's something else. At the end of that conversation, well, Dave, man, great catching up with you. Hey, Dave, can I ask you a quick favor? They
Sure.
always say yes.
Of
And I
course.
say, hey, man, can I count on you to give me a call anytime one of your friends, family, or coworker is looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Can I count on you to give me a call, Dave?
Absolutely.
So now Sales Boomerang has given me the opportunity to call you, catch up with you, and on every single time, my friend Frank Garay calls it a new way to say goodbye. Instead of saying goodbye, we say Carl's 3x3. Hey, friends, family, coworker, looking to buy, sell, or refinance. That's where the golden opportunity is. And what Sales Boomerang does is gives us a reason to call that person in the first place. So we map this out to the real estate agents. Hey, when you refer somebody over, we put them in the Sales Boomerang. It alerts us to these opportunities. And on these opportunity calls, we also ask them, friends, family, coworker, buy, sell, refinance. And the referrals we get from this realtor, Dave, we're going to send back to you. So not only are you marketing your past database, Dave, we are very aggressively, but in a very cool way, doing that. It's an absolute home run.
So think about this, guys. They've got a value prop to the agent, which every loan officer can't make.
No.
They have a way of doing that. He's referencing right here our life alerts. So like you're getting, if you've got a borrower intelligence powered CRM, you're getting alerts when someone got married. You get an alert when someone has a baby. You're getting an alert when they've hit empty nester status. And guys, we've got reverse mortgage alerts, based off of equity and age. So it really helps and that was where I wanted to go with this, Carl, and you kind of went there, is that it's like going beyond just leveraging your database for loans, leveraging your database, making it your number one priority to bring that value back to agents. And, I'm starting to look for loan officers, and I've interviewed a few lately that are doing this so well that they're actually getting realtors to give them their database. Like they're adopting their database. So I want to show one more slide, and I want to get your thoughts on this. So one of the things that we're super passionate around is, not only do you got to work the database, you got to build the database. And most people think that your database is just your past clients. And tell me if I'm missing anything on this slide. Because up in the upper left, everybody, that's what they think their database is, but it's all your leads, it's your pipeline, it's all your referrals. And then that bottom left, Carl, it's databases that you can adopt and put into yours.
So let me tell you a story. Let me tell you, it's fascinating that you brought this up. Let me tell you a story. I got a database, wasn't my database. I got a database of 300 people, and we started marketing to that database. And at the end of the year, we found that database was producing the 3 to 6 loans a month from that 300. In other words, this adopted database was performing absolutely equal to our own database after a period of a year. So when we started marketing to this person, so when you adopt a database, it converts, at least for us, it converts at the exact same level as our own database. And it's funny, Dave, first time we noticed that, I thought, gosh, why is this working so well? What is that? And somebody in our office said, you know what it is, Carl? They think we are the loan officer that closed their past. Not that we're trying to trick anybody, right? We would never do that, right? That's not our style. But because their loan officer is not contacting, because they don't have Sales Boomerang, because they don't have these rate alerts and mortgage pull alerts and listing alerts and all this stuff, and we're contacting those people, I think inadvertently, is not what we were trying to do. They think we were their past loan officer, because their past loan officer ain't contacting them, right? They're not contacting them. And so these adopted databases are a huge source of income. In this case, though, like where you're adopting a realtor's database, in that conversation, you can say, hey, by the way, you were referred to me by realtor Dave, right? And so when you adopt these databases, now that you got a warm and fuzzy person that you can say, your mutual contact is that real estate agent, I think these adoptive databases perform very fast. And Dave, I'd tell you right now, and I tell you this to loan officers all across the nation, if you're not marketing to your database, you just hate money. I'm just telling you, you just absolutely hate money, because the past database, it is the secret sauce. It is the magic beans that everybody's looking for. I'm telling you, it's a killer.
Carl, what I'd love to do is I'd love to get an interview with you and one or two loan officers, that are part of your, so a couple marketing animals that also use Mortgage Coach and Sales Boomerang. And I'd love for you and I to be kind of the coaches, like I'll moderate the call, but I want to talk to them about what are their best practices, how are they doing that? Because let's face it, you and I aren't the ones calling on these signals.
Yep.
And I want to get some people that, they got to be modern, leveraging Mortgage Coach and Boomerang, but let's get them on and let's you and I interview them on best practices and scripts, because I'm trying to build some content and some sales leadership to, because here's the deal. I was always jealous of financial planners, because they get paid every year. It's called assets under management. I've been jealous of insurance agents because they get paid every year. It's called book of business. And I do think loan officers that take our advice, use our platform, they could get paid every year. And it's called mortgages under management, MUM. Are you game with putting that on the calendar?
I think, dude, I already got a list in my head of people that we could interview. So I'd love to do that.
Okay, well, forward it over and let's align on that. And then Carl, just for anyone that's listening to this, I know you've got an incredible Facebook group. I know you've got, an incredible coaching platform. How can people follow up with you and learn more from you and the people that you serve?
Probably the best way, we do this thing called the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. And it's where, I don't know, we have about 300 loan officers every morning, Monday through Thursday. We just come on and we talk about what we're going to do for the day and wins and challenges for like 30 minutes and, share some scripts and strategies for first 30 minutes of the day. And we do it at first thing in the morning, so it doesn't interrupt with your calls. And man, it's pretty darn cool. It's like this big Brady bunch on steroids, Zoom, literally with this morning we had 341 people on, and they're just sharing best practices. It's really, really cool thing. So if you go to
a guest on it, it's
dude, of course.
Guys, it's amazing, guys. Everybody's cameras turned on, people are talking.
And it's organized. When we first started doing it, I thought
bringing in different people like me.
Nobody's like you, Dave. Nobody's like you. Nobody's like you
either. But they're bringing in great people. How do they find out about it? How do they go sign up?
If you just go to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com, loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. It's for loan officers only. So I think it asks for your NMLS number or something. Or anyway,
I only get to go when I'm a guest.
Yeah, but it's a Loan Officer Breakfast Club. So it'll ask you a couple questions. Just make sure you're a loan officer, and then it'll start sending you a link every. I think it sends it out like once a week, but it's the same link every day. And we meet on this big Zoom, and it's really, really good. We record them so you can go back and listen to the recording. I think if I remember right, it throws you into it sends you a link if you want to join a little Facebook group. And we put the recordings up on the Facebook group, so you can go and listen to the recordings. It's really cool.
Go check it out, y'all. If you're listening to this in our YouTube channel, I'll put a link down below so you guys can sign up. And Carl, thanks for doing this interview. I'm looking forward to the next one, and really appreciate you, brother.
Dave, you're a class act. I've learned so much from you over the years, and you've truly just an icon in the mortgage industry. I can't think of any one single person that's had more of an impact on the business than you when it comes to ramping loan officers up to what they're worthy of and what they're all capable of. You give us the tools to make it happen. I appreciate you, man. You're an awesome dude.
Hey, good. You do too, bro. We have fun. I mean, I think we
do have fun.
Common is we love people. We love helping people, and we try to do it at scale. So
you're just a class act. So I appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you. So, hey, guys, if you got value from this, give it a like, share it with your mortgage friends. If you don't already subscribe to the Mortgage Coach YouTube channel, get her done today. And this is a wrap. Take care, everybody.